It's an uncomplicated symbol, a red border on a white background, a single star within. But it's the color of the star, gold, which lends significance. Since World War I, families of military service members have flown similar banners, with compassion for those who must bear its consequences. There's a blue star for each veteran who served, a gold one for those who gave their lives. James McClamrock is represented here. This is the story of the McClamrock Gold Star family. 22-year-old Army PFC James McClamrock and his young sergeant Philip Jenkins were killed by an Iraqi insurgent at a military base near Baghdad on September 7, 2010. The brutal shooting happened just a few days after President Obama declared an end to combat operations in Iraq.
We thought he had found his niche. He was working at TSA, and while he was there, he saw many soldiers coming in and out. One time he came home and he said he had talked to a soldier who was returning and thinking maybe his duty, and he was thanking the soldier, and he said the soldiers looked at him and said, "My wife died, 23 years old." And James thought, wow, not only can you die in action, but this young man was coming back to bury his wife. And then he would see different just groups come and go, and it just impressed upon him that need to serve.
The day that James died, the day before, they knew there was difficult things to be done. And James was quoted as this saying, well, if someone has to die, it should be me, because I know where I'm going. I mean, what a brave and beautiful thing to say, especially as it came to pass.
Yeah. He lived life because he wasn't afraid of life, because he knew through death he would have life again. So while he, of course, loved his beautiful wife and loved his family, he was going to do his job.
Right.
And he did it with every bit of who he was. I mean, he put everything into it. There was no holding back.
Susan and Mark have relied on their faith to get them through the loss of their son. Today, they live in suburban Concord, North Carolina, just outside of Charlotte. Susan's health isn't good these days. Doctors say the autoimmune disease she suffered from before James's death was aggravated by the stress of dealing with it.
September 7th, 2010. By December, my body had taken such a toll on it. My doctor started to be worried about my liver, and he goes, you're going to be on a transplant list. And within just a few years, I went on the transplant list. And you almost have to be dead to get on the list. And you pretty much have to be dead to get the transplant.
Oh, yeah.
So through multiple surgeries and, just being in the ER and being in a room for a week and being at Mayo Clinic for a month, just through all that, ended up with my liver transplant January 9th, 2016. And then, of course, this year has not been great because the medicine from the liver transplant, and of course, still the stress never goes away. I never stopped loving James. My heart breaks every day. Whether it's a song that comes on, whether it's a picture I see, whether it's dinner I'm gonna make, the stress is still there.
And carrying on being a mother of 5 other children, and a husband, and she's mothering too.
Well, as a mom, I carried that boy. I mean, he grew inside me, gave birth to this beautiful child, and now he's gone. The finality is horrible because you can never get that time back. The only thing I regret of his death is that I outlived him, because every day that we had with him was a joy.
He was an inspiration to a lot of men in his unit, and there are people who have faith now that did not have faith, that they found through the loss of your son. In
the family dining room, Susan created a memorial to James's life. Here she displays his school trophies, photos, plaques, awards for his service to our country, and more.
Nationwide called and said, we've picked James to be on Dale Earnhardt's car for the Coca-Cola 600. I'm like, what? How? Why? Are you kidding me? And they said no. So I'm like, okay, I can't wait to run over and tell Mark about this because this is crazy. And I'm like, I was going to do a quiet Memorial Day, and here they've already picked him, and they're going ahead and making the windshield wrap, and well, now our whole life has changed. Our plans.
Since retiring from her job, Susan has become very active in an organization near and dear to my heart, Tribute to the Troops. We'll tell you more about that when Operation Build continues. Stay tuned.
From 2003 to 2017, the Department of Defense recorded 4,520 American fatalities as part of the U.S. war efforts in Iraq.
Heroes come from small towns, poor kids and class clowns, and everybody knows when push comes to shove, they're the first one in line for the country they love. The cost of freedom is buried in the ground. Heroes come from small towns.
Susan and Mark McClamrock of Concord, North Carolina lost their son James in the Iraqi War 7 years ago. Today, both work to help families deal with their own tragedies. Susan is the Gold Star Liaison for Tribute to the Troops, an organization that I helped create to raise awareness about the sacrifices made by families of America's fallen heroes.
Working with Gold Stars and being in Tribute is super, super important to me. It's a way for me to honor James. I just feel like there's not enough I can do for him in the sense of carrying his legacy on of who he was, and giving back is one of the things I can do. Instead of being angry and shutting my bedroom door and never coming out again, it's opening the door and it's opening myself to people and to their grief and to their loss.
I've always had a special love of country, ever since I learned the principles of discipline and respect from my own service in the United States Army. Tribute to the Troops is a national charitable organization whose mission is to honor, treasure, and remember the sacrifices of our post-9/11 fallen heroes and their families, to make sure that the families of all fallen service members know that their sacrifice is not forgotten. Today, Tribute to the Troops operates nationally. We conduct numerous motorcycle rides and other events to show the families of our fallen that we noticed that there's an empty chair at their Thanksgiving table, that every day is Memorial Day at their home.
I really didn't know what to think. Tribute to the Troops, it sounds great, but you guys came riding in loud and proud. I love the rumble of the bikes coming in, and you came to our church, and we decided to do it there as a presentation.
Mark, was that the first time that 400 leather-clad men and women had come into your
Church has
sanctuary?
been there for 115 years, but I could safely say yes.
Gold Star families have invisible wounds. As we have often said, it's the worst possible way to meet the greatest people. We do our best to show these families that someone noticed and that someone cares.
One of the great missions about Tribute to the Troops is the way we do remember families. We say we'll remember your husband, but guess what we do? We remember your children. And what is so neat is to see how all the efforts that we go to try to receive funds, whether it's through fundraisers or corporations who give us money, is that when we can look at the children, and some as young as 3, 4, 5 years old and say, you know what, we're going to start a college fund for you. And when you turn 18, it's going to be another reminder that we did not forget.
Right.
Because every year we're going to put more money in that fund so that when you're able to go to school and we present you with that check, it's going to say, you know what, we didn't forget your father or your mother.
Right. And you know, we aren't rich people, there's not wealthy people. These are blue collar, 100% volunteers. And over the last 14 years, through just determination and great people like yourselves, we've provided the college funds for 46 children. And I think that's, if that's all that I ever did in my life, that's way more than I ever thought I would do. I'm so proud to be a part of it, and I agree with you. It's like, it's another reminder that your mother's sacrifice, your brother's sacrifice was something. Coming up, we'll bring a little more peace of mind to the McClamrock family. Stay with us, folks.
Won't you please take a moment and visit our website and help us with our mission in making sure that our fallen heroes and their families are never forgotten. Operation Build has teamed up with Tribute to the Troops and Muse, a local design firm, to create a new bedroom suite for the couple downstairs, which will save Susan strength and provide them a beautiful, comfortable oasis.
We are here at the beautiful showroom of Operation Build team member Muse General Contractors. The Muse team is getting busy on the renovation while the McClamrocks are enjoying a week-long stay at the Great Wolf Lodge. The Muse team has already spent countless hours of planning, so let's go inside and see what they have in store for the family.
Hey Catherine, welcome to our showroom. We're excited to show you what we've done with the space to help it make it better for your mom. We're going to start out with a barn door. We're going to take out the old one, the old swinging door, make a barn door to be a slightly larger opening. We're going to take out the old vanity, put in vessel sinks. And before she only had one sink. Right. So now we're going to add a second sink to make it more accessible and usable. We're going to take out that old ugly tub enclosure. We're going to put in a custom shower. We're also going to make it more comfortable for her with a floating bench over here in the side of the shower.
And that bench, I mean, she has to sit down an awful lot because she has trouble with her, joints and muscles. So that's a necessity. That's amazing.
When you come into that bathroom, you will be coming into a tile floor. This was donated by Florida Tile, and this is one of their porcelain floor tiles. And so the whole bathroom floor will be that. The shower walls are made to look kind of like reclaimed barnwood.
Right, I love it.
So isn't that going to be great?
I love
and then
it.
she's going to have 2 niches that will have an accent tile made out of these really pretty soft blue arabesque shaped tiles.
And the niche is like a little
Yes, it's like a little
square
shampoo
where you can
shelf.
put things.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I love
so
this
that'll be in
color,
the back
dude.
of the niche. And then on the shower floor itself, you'll have this on the walls and then this on the floor.
Okay.
And then the main wall color will be this, which is going to tie
Right.
that blue back in.
I love it.
Now, over on the vanity side, this is going to be your cabinetry.
Okay.
And like he mentioned before, the cabinet is going to have vessel sinks on it. This is the vessel sink that we're thinking about. And what's really great about it is it's going to sit on top of the counter, but that's also going to lower the countertop height so that it'll make it really easily accessible for her.
She's going to be so happy.
We got a very generous donation from Quick Step, which is a division of Mohawk Floors, and they donated a little over 1,200 square feet of flooring. So we pretty much did most of the downstairs. So it comes out of the bedroom, the living room, down the hallway to the front door and into the dining room. So the main wall in the bedroom is going to be an accent wall where the bed is going to be. Okay. And it will be all shiplap. I think your mom really likes that look. Yes. We took a look at some of our Pinterest pictures.
I helped her.
Yep, yep. So we want to incorporate some of that into her bedroom.
We've already begun renovations, ripping out floors and reworking the downstairs plumbing to make their bathroom more accessible.
And we're here outside of Mark and Susan's house, where the flags are always at half staff, with my friend Dennis Stinson from Fujitsu General America. You're going to address the heating and cooling today, right?
Absolutely. In this installation, we're going to install a single-zone Fujitsu Halcyon heat pump system.
And so this system, I know you're going to put it in one room, but could you put it in the whole house?
Absolutely. We do offer multiple zone systems that would allow us to address multiple rooms with ideal comfort and zoning for each space.
That's awesome. And I know that Susan is having some issues sleeping. Do you think it's going to be quiet enough for her?
Yes, both our indoor unit and our outdoor unit is rated very low decibel, so we consider them both to be whisper quiet.
That's awesome, Dennis. We want to thank you and Fujitsu General America for helping us today. Can we go in and take a look at the system?
Absolutely.
Let's go. So Dennis, we're here in Susan and Mark's bedroom with the unit. Can you tell us about the installation of this unit? Do they have to cut into the walls?
No, with this particular unit, we're doing an indoor unit and an outdoor unit. We're drilling a 3-inch hole in the wall, running refrigerant piping and electrical control between the two systems.
And so even though it's 90 degrees outside, we're super cool in here. Does it also do heating?
Yes, all of our systems now are heat pumps, so they generate heating and cooling down as low as minus 15 degrees.
Wow, how energy efficient are these systems?
We make systems up to 33 SEER, which are some of the best performing efficiency systems on the market today.
Do they have to have a control unit for each box, or can a unit control multiple?
So each indoor unit will have a control with it, be a wireless or a wired unit. We also have the availability of Wi-Fi now, so you can control your indoor unit anywhere in the world.
That's awesome. Let's go outside and take a look at the unit. You want?
Absolutely.
Thanks. Here's the unit. Is this typically what an installation looks like?
Yes, absolutely. This is our outdoor unit mounted on a pad connected to the indoor with refrigerant lines and control wires and electrical disconnect outside. Now in the Northeast or in the northern part of the country, Rocky, we might elevate that to respect the snow line. Because of that, that gives us the ability to operate down to minus 15 degrees outside.
Wow. And I noticed that we're right here beside the machine and I can barely hear it.
Yes, again, our outdoor units and our indoor units are extremely quiet.
I think that's awesome. And I love how they have the power here as well. Dennis, we want to thank you for being part of Operation Build and helping us with the McClamrock family, and to Fujitsu General America for being just great patriots and shedding the light on our Gold Star families. Thank you, sir.
Things are starting to heat up here at the McClamrock's home, or should I say cool down with this new AC system. But the surprises keep right on coming. Here to tell us more is Operation Build team member Karen from Newset.
Hi, Karen. I'm Rocky. It's a pleasure to meet you. I know that you have from Newset here a new product called Icon,
Right.
which is going to revolutionize the way that we have access, security, and convenience to our homes. Could you tell me a little bit about it?
Sure. Icon is the newest and the greatest in technology Newset has right now. Is the way that we want to revolutionize how we share our access to our home safely and securely. We understand the McClamrock family has a lot of friends and kids that come in and out all the time, and Susan has difficulty moving around the house, and Icon is here to answer that. The way that Icon works is really easy. There's no app to download for the visitor, and there's no code to remember. All they need to remember is to bring the smartphone. The way the detail work is either Susan or Mark will choose a picture, a unique picture for each visitors, and then they will send it to them, and they will save it to their smartphone. Once they come close to the door, they will upload that picture, and the box will open, get the keys from inside, and unlock the door to the house.
So without a key or a fingerprint or facial recognition, Susan and Mark are able to control the access to and from their home.
Exactly. There is an active monitoring lock that Susan and Mark can monitor it anywhere around in the world.
So if I had a contractor or a dog walker or a babysitter or someone who had to deliver something, could they come in one time and then they not come again? They could.
That's right.
That's fantastic. What a wonderful thing to do. It's so going to revolutionize the way we have access to our homes. Let me ask you this. You came all the way from Los Angeles. Your grandfather started this company in Hong Kong. Can you tell us why you're here today?
Is to continue the American dream. I heard that James gave his life for our country, and there's so much this family went through. It's just very similar to what my grandparents were trying to do. They left China under the communist rule, and then they left Hong Kong and come all the way to the United States, not speaking one word of English. It's just to give me that freedom to choose my career, my future. And when I heard this story, it just really touches me. I want to be a part of it.
Karen, thank you for being part of the Operation Build team, and we look forward to watching this change the way we have access to our homes.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am.
We've got so much more to do here at the McClamrock House, and we'll show you the final results on our next show. For now, we want to thank Muse General Contractors for all their hard work renovating and redecorating. Also, NewSet for providing the high-tech Bluetooth lockbox, and Fujitsu General America for installing that awesome mini-split air and heat system. And if you ride a motorcycle or just want to contribute to Tribute to the Troops, please go to our website where you can sign up to receive updates and volunteer.
Thanks for watching our show. If you know someone who is in need or recovering from a life-changing circumstance, we hope you'll get in touch with us. Operation Build is ready to take on challenging new missions every day. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and like us on Twitter. For now, I'm Rockie Lynne.